Quick shout out to my amazing sponsors for the Patriot Barbie podcast. Celtic Plastics is a water filtration system for your home and work that clears bacteria, fluoride, and heavy metals from your drinking water. You can buy one on CelticPlastics.com and use my code PatriotBarbie for 10% off. And one last shout out to Red Balloon. Thousands of companies are pushing back on wokeness in the workplace. Find a freedom-loving, non-woke job at redballoon.work and follow them on Instagram at redballoonwork. For all my sponsor info, book, and merch, go to patriotbarbie.com. Like, subscribe, and share this podcast. Now, let's get into today's episode. Welcome to the Patriot Barbie podcast. I'm your host, Lindsey Graham, author and conservative activist. I love Jesus. I love America. I'm a proud wife, mom of 3, and I'm having bold and witty conversations with America's patriots, the ones that cancel culture desperately want to blacklist. Trust me, I've been there. In 2020, I defied government lockdowns in Oregon, reopened my salon, and became an icon of freedom. I've been targeted by government and raging liberals every day since, and I refuse to back down. Patriots, I'm here to tell you, your values are worth fighting for. The Patriot Barbie podcast starts now. Welcome to the Patriot Barbie podcast. You guys want to break the mold today? We've got a special guest. He's not a politician. He's not a founder of like a nonprofit, nothing like that. Just a cool dude. He's a rapper. He's a first form athlete. He is the actor from Empire. He's an investor, the CEO of Star Power Films. He's loving his whole bio right now. Mario Canon.
What's up? I love the intro.
We need a fake like clap track.
Yo, the intro was, you just kept going. I was waiting for you to say some more stuff.
I'm like.
He can fly.
Boss extraordinaire.
He has his own lotion coming out.
Wearer of Michael Jordan's.
Let's go.
Walker from the West End.
Yo, I don't know how that happened. I know how it happened.
Okay, tell me.
I didn't have enough threes.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I had 3 on 3 instead of 3-3.
Yeah, he ended up at the wrong place. So this has like been a long-awaited podcast.
Repping the wrong set today. My bad.
All right, so you're here in Arizona because you're looking at properties. Is that right? Are you?
Yeah, so I'm looking to relocate here. I've been coming here for over a year, back and forth,
okay.
Like sometimes multiple times in 1 month. And,
how did you end up visiting here? Friends?
So I got booked out here with Bow Wow at the Golden Margarita to do like a guest appearance or whatever.
Oh, cool.
So Don Miliano had booked me and the Viral Agents, and so I got booked, and that was my first time coming here, and it was incredible. Like the energy was like contagious. Yeah. Like I love the weather and the people.
Yeah, people here are very happy. It's like sunny all the time. There's nothing to not be happy about.
So then I end up getting booked again for another show after that, and I ended up coming back all the time after that because I had more business. I kept meeting more people and finding my purpose in the state of Arizona.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Well, we're excited to have you. What are you going to open a gym out here or anything like that?
Yeah.
So you own an Anytime Fitness, don't you?
Yeah. So that's the intention is to stay in the fitness realm because
okay.
that's where the soul's at for me, man. That's where my transformation started, was in the gym.
Okay. So you're going to open a gym out here, aren't you?
Damn right.
Can you make it like kind of in the middle of everything, not Scottsdale? Everything's in Scottsdale, and I live on the west side.
Yeah,
not
I love.
To tell you what to do with your business.
I love Scottsdale, but it probably won't be in Scottsdale
okay,
though.
Cool. Yes. All right. Keep me posted. I'll make a cameo.
I got you.
Okay. All right. So, gosh, you've got like such a great story, and I actually think a lot of people don't know your story. I think once somebody makes it in the rap world or in the film world or as an entrepreneur, kind of where they came from gets lost. And like, I know who you are. Like millions of people know who you are, but you started off in Illinois and you got in trouble when you were a teenager. I kind of want to hear that story.
Yeah. So as a teenager, I was actually a really good student. What happened was after I graduated, I kind of, needed some male guidance and male leadership. So, I was the first one in my family really, right in my household that graduated high school. So it was weird. So I looked to the streets for
Illinois. When I hear Illinois, I hear like
Chicago.
Okay, all right. I guess I don't know why. Yes, Chicago, but I always feel like it's like Southern, like Baptist-y kind of people. But
no, man,
is that
it's
not?
No, it's crazy. Illinois is so different, and like you got the southern region's way different from the northern region, right?
Okay.
So you got like the farming community in central Illinois, but then you still got all these sub cities around.
Yeah.
It's just a whole it's a whole different culture.
So were you in Chicago?
Not when I got in trouble, but I spent a lot of time in Chicago. Me and my mom lived in Chicago as a kid, like when I was younger for a little bit, but I'm from Springfield, Illinois. So
Oh, okay. Gosh, it just seems so normal, like a normal life, Springfield, Illinois.
No,
You know?
Springfield rough, man.
Yeah.
It can be a dangerous city, and it can be a lovely city too, depending on where you're at.
So did you have what kind of family did you have when you were growing up? Brothers, sisters?
So growing up was me and my cousins, Reggie and Antone and Savante. I didn't have any brothers and sisters at that time that I knew about.
Okay.
Later, I would learn that I do have brothers and sisters.
That's so cool.
After like kind of meeting my dad and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a different situation. So I grew up with my siblings were my first cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were gonna join the military before you got in trouble?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was in the Air Force. I got an ASVAB test. I scored like an 85, 83 or 85, right around there. So
Okay.
I was going in for the avionics apprenticeship, and so I was getting ready to go to basic. I got sworn in at MEPS, and so I was going to go off the basic.
Yeah.
So I called my recruiter and I told him, "Man, could you move up my date? Because I don't think I'm gonna be alive, or I'm probably gonna be in jail."
Seriously, what were you doing? Come on, give me the juicy stuff. Okay, don't give me like the like incriminating stuff.
Nah,
only things you've been convicted of. And already served.
Yo, I was just in the streets, man. I wanted to make money, and I wanted the people to love me. So,
You were people pleasing the wrong people.
yeah. So
Gangs, drugs,
all of that,
all
and
stuff.
and so I was living a double life. I leave campus, and on campus I was a good, smiling guy, but at night, I put the gold teeth in. It's a different story.
Tisk,
So, and the thing is, man, I just wanted people. When I look back at it now, I just wanted to be loved. I wanted to take care of my family. I wanted the people to see me as a hero or as a provider.
Yeah.
And I was going through a lot at that time, like heartbreak and just different things. And I wanted to feel loved and wanted. So I went into the streets. I looked up to the drug dealers.
Interesting.
And those were, my basketball dreams were over, right? You go to college, you realize you're not as good as you thought you were,
Were you, had you been like recruited into a college or anything, or were you just looking?
No, so I got recruited for a couple of JUCOs, like to play ball. Like my coach got me scholarships,
Okay.
but I wanted to go to the University of Illinois in Springfield because I wanted to go to a D1 school.
Yeah.
And I had the academics for it, so I ended up getting a scholarship. I think I was like the only black freshman at the time, kid there, in that program. They only let 100 freshmen in. And I was one of the ones that got in. So it's called a Capital Scholars Program. Okay. And I was so smart. I was smart. I just wasn't smart. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's all right.
Yeah, so you'll get that.
When you say, I like to ask hard questions, so I hope you're ready, because you're like, don't know what I'm going to ask. When you say, I just wanted to be loved, like, where did that come from? Was your mom not loving? I don't know if you want to, like, blast her on podcast, but
no, my mom was dope.
What kind of like culture were you in where you had to seek that kind of love?
Well, at that time, I just went, got my girlfriend just broke up with me at the time. I was sad about that. As I was weak.
How old were you?
I was like 18.
Yeah, when you're that young and someone dumps you, it's like it's like devastating.
Yeah, because she was like my first, and I was, in the way that it happened, it was embarrassing too. Like, it was with one of my friends, that I looked up to, and so like that crushed me, and it made, it kind of psychologically defeated me a little bit too, right? Because you're young, you don't know, and then after that, I started drinking a lot, and I started doing drugs, a lot of pills. I would take a lot of pills. I was drinking lean.
Buy them off the street, or did you like sneak like real like pharmaceutical pills from?
I mean,
cabinets
I had them wherever I didn't sneak
you could get them.
They was
So
from the
scary.
street, drinking lean and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember like passing out at stoplights, like, and just getting saved by one of my homies.
Oh my gosh.
So I was going down this deep depression, this deep spiral of this trying to feel love. I just wanted to be important, and I wanted to make it in rap, and I wanted to be somebody that people loved. So I said, if I have money, I can buy people stuff, and people will
Everyone
like
will love
me.
me and come to my parties.
Yeah, my goal, honestly, man, when I gave up. My goal was like I wanted to get a car, get rims on it, and get my gold teeth, and then have girls like me. And
My God.
And that was it. I made it. That's what
You
I was
probably got
thinking.
a car, maybe some rims, but I don't see any gold teeth.
No, I did have all that.
You
And,
did?
Yeah, I had all that shit.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Why? Why'd you take the gold teeth off?
Because I went to jail and I lost them. I kept losing them.
Did people beat you up and take your teeth?
No, nobody. That's nasty.
Okay. Well, I'm like, how do you take gold teeth?
They were snatch outs.
Oh. Oh.
You could snatch them out, but they were.
You're educating me so much right now.
Yeah, they weren't permanent, but they
Okay.
were. It was. I was living in back and forth out of state at the time in St. Louis. So in St. Louis, like back then, like gold teeth were like, you got gold teeth to, you
made it.
You can get the ladies.
Did you get the ladies with the gold teeth?
Damn right I did.
So when did you get out of all that? Like how did you get out of all that?
Well, after losing, I lost my siblings. So I had a lot of murder around me, right? So I lose. Tone was the first one to lose, and then that really actually kind of made me regress a little bit. And then eventually, I was scared for my life too, because I wasn't living right. I was living a double life still, and having my son really affected me. My son was born, and in fact, the day my son was born, I was fired from my job. So I got fired the day my son was born.
Oh,
so I'm like, back to the street, right?
No.
But I was like, man, I can't do this. So that's when I started to try to rehabilitate myself, and really, I went to a program out of state. I lived in Illinois, so I went to Missouri. I wasn't supposed to travel to Missouri, but this is all old now, and I had to go get help on how to, cope with, dealing with that type of stuff. At that time, I'm a felon, right?
Yeah.
So I was a felon at that time, so I couldn't get any work or anything. So I went to this program. They taught me how to fill out applications, the right things to say, how to avoid checking that box. Because when you check that box, you're not going to get no job. They're not going to give you a chance. So once I got into the system, and this is crazy, but hey, I'm putting this on blast. So now I ended up working for Nordstrom. And I ended up being like one of the top sales reps. And
you didn't check the box, or what? Did you check?
I got in. No.
Did you check the box?
No.
So what? They didn't run a background check because they say they're going to, right?
Yeah.
You're talking about the felon box, right? Like if you have a felony.
Yeah.
You were like, pass that one up.
Pass it up.
And then they didn't run a background check, obviously.
Yeah, there's sauce for that though. There's a reason why they didn't do that.
Okay.
But I don't want to say it on the air. Because the reason why is because it could help felons get jobs, man. And
That's right.
and I don't want to give up the sauce, because there's felons are some of the most hardest working people I ever met, man. Some of the greatest people ever, man. And I just feel like we all need a second chance, and nobody's perfect.
So was Nordstrom your second chance?
Man, Nordstrom was my second chance. I was rocking suits, and I was so fresh. I was a women's stylist, women's shoe
Oh my
salesman.
gosh, no way.
I was killing. I can style your outfits.
Oh, I can't. That should be a whole podcast on its own.
It's easy. It's
I
not.
would have brought a whole closet for you.
I do it. I put it together. Pop, pop.
Now,
put it
I'm
together.
sure. So when you move here, we're gonna do a whole thing. We're gonna do the Mario Patriot Barbie collab, and we're gonna do the "I'm so sexy," you
Let's
know
do
what
it.
I mean? And they'll do the clips like in the movies of
We
all the
gonna
different
do it.
outfits you put me in.
No, Twister told me that, man. Because every time we do shows, he's like, every time I walk, I was like, damn, what you got on now? I'm always dressing up crazy.
Oh, how fun though!
And then he's like, man, you need to be a stylist.
You need to be a stylist.
He
I
called
could,
me.
I could use a stylist when you move here.
Yo, I was in AZ when he called me. I was at Versace, and he's like, hey, man, what's up? I was like, what's up, Twist? I got it. You need to be a stylist.
You're like,
rapper / stylist.
hold on, I could have put that on my bio, right? Rapper,
Yeah.
actor, first form athlete, stylist.
Oh, because in the way he talked, he's so smooth. He said, you got to be a stylist.
And you were like, no.
I was like, if I got time.
As in my free time as a hobby.
Yeah, I'm just so busy with music and fitness. I don't have time. But
That's right.
no, but that turning point was when the first was the death of Tone, and then it scared me, man.
Yeah.
And the fake tough that's not me, man. I just want to smile. I want to help people. You know, I want to see people get out of whatever's causing them to feel like they don't belong or deserve to live a better life. Because everybody, you know, needs to experience a better quality of life. Because it's out there.
Yeah.
But you got to just want it, man. And you got to know that it's out there, though. If you don't know, I didn't know.
Right.
I never.
It all started with Nordstrom.
Yeah, and coming out here, look, like we wouldn't be here talking if I didn't take that chance of coming out here.
Right.
I wouldn't even be on the show.
So what happened after Nordstrom? Like, I mean, how did you go from I style ladies at Nordstrom to rapper, actor, empire, CEO? I mean, I'm sure that's a whole story.
Yeah.
But like,
so my PO started to get suspicious. I was using my grandma's address in Springfield.
Okay.
So he started getting suspicious about me never being there. 'Cause I was in Missouri. So he started threatening me. Like, I was like, man, I'm working. I told him I was a fashion designer working at a fashion place. I didn't tell him where.
Right.
But I ain't gonna tell this mother humper that, dog, I can't get a job in Illinois anyway. Like, you know, they're not gonna hire me.
Yeah.
I have to leave the state, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to provide.
You
for
did
my
the
son.
wrong thing for the right reasons.
There you go.
Yeah.
How you're supposed to be rehabilitating me? I'm on probation. You making it fucking hard for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So no. So he was getting super dusty with it. So I had to. He's doing his job, whatever. But he's still making it hard for me. So I was like, man. And I know there's probably a way I could have probably got it transferred or something. I don't know, but I don't think I was transferable because of the murders around me and the situation with my name being, you know, maybe aggressively, maybe high profile at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't have let me do a transfer. I didn't even want to ask them.
Yeah. You don't want to put yourself on the radar.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I ended up, I got back, I got my buddy that worked at AT&T. So I was able to leave Nordstrom because I had to go back to the county to finish out my probation. So that's what I ended up doing. I ended up moving to Lincoln, working for AT&T. And keep in mind, I was used to having money at Nordstrom and you living a double life. So when I moved back, I still had that mentality of like, you know how if you in the street hustling, making money, you used to get money quick.
Right.
So once I moved back, I went completely clean. Man, I went broke. I fell off.
Oh, no.
So I went super broke, like to the point where like I'm staying in an efficiency apartment. I can't barely afford that, and like I'm still putting out music, by the way, whole time. And I'm sleeping on the floor. People don't even know, man. All I got is clothes. I ain't got no furniture.
And the whole point was like provide for your son, but now you're back to like, hey, I can't provide for my family.
I fell off because I'm trying to, you know, finish this damn probation off and stuff. And I got.
How long did you have probation for?
They kept like continuing it, man. Like every time I was supposed to get off, they like add more time to it.
Why?
Because, you know, it's always something. I mean,
You weren't doing anything to earn like additional probation?
You know, not purposely.
Okay.
Like, you know, I was just trying to survive.
Right.
So every time I drop a music video or something, like somebody would call in and tell on me. Like I had a music video I dropped and they said I had real guns and I was smoking weed or whatever. So I got
probation added.
Yeah, they call me and they drug test me and send me back to court. And
Gosh.
the judge was like, I'm so tired of seeing this young man. She was like, he's off.
Stop putting music videos out.
Well, you know, I'm a rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Rap about butterflies and unicorns or something.
That wasn't where I was at. So.
You don't. I feel like that's still not where you're at.
Yeah,
so it's okay.
My mind wasn't there at that particular time, man. But no, so that's how that happened. So I went super broke. I mean, I fell off. And then, you know, my homie gave me a couch. Dave gave me a couch, so I slept on that for a little bit. But I literally, like most of the time, half the time I didn't have power. Like I was waiting to get them vouchers from. They had like a little community action program in Lincoln. I would get a voucher to get my power turned on.
Oh my gosh.
So imagine that, like being a man, gold teeth. You know, you lose your brother to the streets, right? He gets killed. You're back in Illinois. You feel like you're a loser. You fell off, right? You ain't the man no more.
Right.
But that was a perfect time for me to start to build myself internally and start to learn, you know, who I am as a man. And so that's what I ended up doing. I started going to the gym, start working out. But
that alone, that is mental, it's physical, it's discipline, it's consistency. I've heard a lot. In fact, the girl that left all the glitter on that chair, Kaylee,
Yeah.
She did the 75. Is that what it's called?
I'm 75 hard. Yeah.
Yeah, 75 hard.
Yeah, that's
She said that changed her life.
So that's what was doing. I just failed at like day 40 something just the other day, so I got to start all over again.
Okay.
Because of getting on the plane.
Well, I've heard it's real hard, so we can't be too hard on you.
Yeah, I got to do better.
So that changed your life. Interesting. So you're like the second person on my podcast to say Andy Frisella needs to hear all this.
Yeah, the fitness changed everything. People respected me more. Coming into the store, I was making friends. I had other things to talk about. I was creating conversations about fitness and health and goals. Because everybody that's in the gym has a goal. So now I'm speaking about goals and moving forward instead of the past and the street shit I did.
Yep.
And keeping it real and
looking forward instead of back.
Yeah. So that's when my mind started to change. And so did my circles. Because I noticed that, now I'm not around people who are projecting and entertaining and dancing with my past shadows. Like now I'm creating new bonds and relationships with people that are creating muscle mentally and physically in life.
Right.
So it was crazy, man, and I was working out.
How old were you this time?
I don't know, man. You asked me too many questions.
I know. I like to get a timeline. I'm like, okay, you felt like 18 is when you
20. Was I 20?
Baby, and then
26.
You asked me too many questions. Welcome to my interview.
Too many number. I ain't a math guy. I'm like not smart.
20. Okay, so how old are you now?
36.
Okay, I'm just trying to gauge.
So maybe
like how long
20,
it took you to kind of
26.
Okay.
It was like 26.
Okay.
20,
so the last 10 years has been
26,
like
25,
just
26.
building yourself up.
So check it out though. Okay. This is get crazy, right?
Yeah.
I'm AT&T. I'm the phone man. Everybody love me in town.
I went from the suit man, the shoe man, to the phone man.
You know what I'm saying? The phone man. Boom, boom, slinging the phone, getting it on. And then I had this guy come in. He's like, man, you're too talented to be here. And I'm still rapping, doing shows. Like I'm killing shows at this time too, like locally in Peoria, Illinois, and all these other. I'm doing little local shows. I'm smacking it up. And this guy kept coming. He's like, bro, you shouldn't be working for nobody else. You need to work for yourself. You're too talented. Everything about you's dope. The way you talk, walk, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever, dude. He came in and asked me again. And I'm like, I kind of hate this job. I ain't gonna lie. No shot to AT&T, but it was just a stressful job.
Yeah.
I loved helping people, but it was just, the pay wasn't there. And I was like, man, well, I don't got nothing to lose. And they had just promoted me, by the way.
Okay.
I just got promoted to assistant manager. And then I was, they was getting ready to give me another position, another store to run or whatever. And I said,
they're not going to let you go. They're not going to let a good worker go. They're like, promote him quick so he doesn't leave.
So I left. They called me for a month straight to come back. But guess what I went to go do?
What did you go do? I want to know with this guy.
Just to be a personal trainer.
Oh, interesting.
I had no schedule, no nothing. He's
this guy own a gym?
Yeah, he owned a gym. And he's like, yeah, you be a personal trainer and manage the gym. Man, I didn't realize, working for yourself was like all this freedom. But then I ended up working even more because I loved it, right? I was working like 12 hours a day. I never even took a day off. Like I would try to work every freaking day.
That's cool. And the gym is a family. It's not the same. Like if you work at a gym usually and you love it, you love the people, you make friends with your coworkers and the people that come in, and they always expect to see you there.
No, man. So Josh, his name was Josh Schleider, man. Shout out to Josh, man. He believed in me, man, to run the gym, man. I was killing it, and his heart was kind of like getting away from it. He wanted to leave the town, and so he was like, "I'm going to sell the gym." And I said, "I'm going to buy the gym," right?
Oh.
I didn't know how I was going to do it.
I don't know how, but I'm buying it.
I'm speaking it into existence, right?
That's right.
So I was like, "I'm going to buy the gym." So I got to training like a mother humper. I sold all my shoes, and then I had this client of mine, man. She probably don't want to be like name drop, but her and her husband, great family in the county, and they're I told them what I was trying to do, and then she taught me how to build my credit up. I didn't know how to build my credit really, so she taught me how to build my credit, told me what to do, and then she wrote me a check for personal training for the entire year. So that was my down payment to get the dango loan.
That's so cool, because you know what I love about that? It wasn't a handout. It was like, hey, I'm going to use you anyway. Here's your money in advance to like further your dream, right? I mean, that's what she was doing intentionally.
Well, and then I ended up buying her a Louis Vuitton purse when as a payback too.
Oh, here, I'll write you a check then. I'm right now.
I bought her a Louis purse, and she's almost in tears. And her husband called me. I thought he's about to snap on me.
Stop buying my wife's Louis.
Like, get away from my wife. He was like, man, thank you so much, man. I want her to buy her that, and I want her to buy it, but she won't spend the money on it because even though they're well off, they're super conservative. So that's what I kind of learned I try to learn to be more conservative, but sometimes I'm a rapper. So,
Yeah.
But so yeah, they helped me buy the gym, and so I bought the gym. I ended up expanding it, doubling the size and doubling the memberships.
So cool.
And so then and I now own it this till today.
That's the Anytime Fitness.
Yeah, but I own a few other things too. So
That's
yeah.
so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you kind of said a trigger word there, which is conservative. So you ready to talk about your political beliefs?
Let's talk about it.
All right, we got a rapper, CEO, athlete. What do you think about this current state of our country?
Man, we're missing a lot right now, man. We're missing the accountability right now. You can't hold anybody accountable for shit right now, man.
That's right.
We diagnose everything and give everything a pill and a hug, and we don't fight the problem.
Yeah. In what context do you mean, like the problem?
We don't take it head on. Like whatever it is, we blame something else, and then we give drugs to it, or we give some stupid title to it, and that's it. Nothing gets done, And one thing I teach my son is how to be accountable, and my daughter too, accountable and responsible for every action and everything you do. So even though I got in trouble, and even though I know the system's flawed, I know those systems are not designed for me to be successful, but I need to know. I know that, and it's my responsibility to take action to not get involved in that type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm accountable for my life.
Yeah. Well, and you paid the price for your actions. You served your time. You did your probation. Maybe not 100%, but not maybe the way they would have wanted, but
Man,
paid your dues, and then you.
Man.
This is what I don't like is a society that tells people that because you went to jail or because of your skin color or because of your community or the way you were raised or the trouble you got into, you can never be anything other than like that.
Yeah.
And you went out and you became a capitalist.
Yes.
You went out and you earned and respectfully recreated who you are into success. Nobody handed it to you. You didn't abuse the system. Maybe that one Nordstrom application, that's about it. But like everything you've gotten, you went and got. So we're not even remotely prepared to talk about this, but what do you say to a society that says like, because you're a black man, you're oppressed in America?
That I'm oppressed. Listen, I know systems. I understand that things are not going to be in my favor, but ain't nothing going to oppress me. There's nothing in this world that's about to oppress me as a man. I'm going to tell you that now. And I'm going to stand for that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a victim. I will never be a victim. I've always been a victor. Even when the rules aren't fair, even when the rules are even. There's no such thing as even. There's no such thing as fair. Like, people are born in different situations and different institutions. So we got to understand that, man. So I've never been oppressed in my life, unless I allowed somebody to oppress me. Even if it is unfair, I'm not going to abide by those rules. I'm not going to let it beat me.
I like that you said that, the man concept, because the first person I think of is Colin Kaepernick, and he drives me nuts with his like videos about how he's still being treated like a slave even though he's in the NFL. And I'm like, you know what point you make all alone is like, it's the men doing this. And men should be strong and resilient and overcoming because that's how God made them. And we've got Colin Kaepernick, who has every opportunity in the world and has already enjoyed every opportunity in the world. And it's like, above all else, dude, be a man. Quit acting like such a sissy la-la, like everything's against you. You're a dude. You're a man. Man up and overcome whatever it is you're alleging is out there that's oppressed you.
Yeah.
And like, I've never even considered the fact that you said, like, I'm a man. I'm a man. I'm a grown-ass man. I can do it myself.
Yeah. Like, for me, like, if have I been profiled because of my color? Have I been? Man, hell yeah, all the time. I live in Central Illinois, man, and it's not the most, known for the most racially accepted area. It's not that diverse, and I don't blame the people who do what they do. It's just been taught,
right?
And so at the end of the day, it's my job to educate them and show them, like, yo, that's not how it is.
Right.
And one of my best friends, man, his name is Dave McAllister, man. He's an old white biker with a long ass beard. Oh, that's awesome. He's got a Confederate flag tattoo. He says it's the Battle of Gettysburg, whatever the hell he says. Whatever, I don't care. I don't care what you call it. It's a damn Confederate flag, Dave. And I know you're gonna see this and talk shit. I don't care. But guess what? There's nothing I can't ask him for.
That's right.
I call him right now. He'll be on a plane out here. Cause that's my bro.
Yep.
So all these titles and
Symbols that
symbols
they try to
and
use.
shit,
Yeah.
they try to keep the people separated, man.
Yep.
We got to get past this shit, man.
Yep.
It's it's honestly, when you're in poverty mentally, you're gonna be in poverty financially, right? And so it's easy to confuse and cause disruption when you don't have the mental money bank account and the physical bank account to function and focus on other things in life.
Right.
So now you're not in flight and fight mode no more.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I noticed a huge change. So I moved from Oregon, and I'm not even sure if you're aware of this, but I actually left Oregon because I was being attacked by Antifa and BLM and being labeled a white nationalist and a white supremacist.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want BLM rioters to burn down my salon, which they said they were going to do. So I got cancel culture, got labeled a racist. And in Oregon, there isn't much diversity. I will say that. Like, my best friend of 15 years was a black girl. And if I had to think about how many other black people I knew in Oregon, there wasn't very many. There was not a single one even at my high school. Mind you, it's a small school. I moved to Arizona. I start going to the gym out here. And I'm kind of on just like this weird mental journey of like being alert about diversity because it's like landed at my doorstep accidentally. And looking around and going, there's a lot of Hispanics, there's a lot of black people. Like, there's not a lot of diversity at all in Oregon, which is where they're screaming that, like, we accept all diversities and we are like the almighty speaking of diversity. And I'm going, you guys actually don't know anything about it, and yet it's all you preach about. And now here I'm in a state and there's so much diversity, I'm actually acutely aware of it and love it. And it's surrounding these people, right? And yet we're not talking about it because it's actually part of our life. It isn't a situation where I have to acknowledge if there's a black person in the room or a Mexican in the room or whatever it is, because they're actually all here and we're all just living nicely. But in Oregon, they act like they've got the authority on it, but they actually don't even surround themselves with it.
It's easier to sell too.
It is easy to sell.
You make more money off us feuding.
Yep.
Having races against each other, right?
Yeah.
You got more money coming into penal systems. So, now you got a lot of, most of the minority men, probably have children, right? So you got fatherless kids being brought up. So it's a money grab for me. I just see that if we can get past a lot of the political shit, honestly, and get more to the people, and more just being about, right and wrong and just being accountable for your shit, I think it'd be a lot easier. We don't need the titles, man. We all live in this country. For the most part, you could be safe here.
Right.
You have the choice to make the move how you need to move. I've watched YouTube videos of other countries and how these kids suffer, man. And I'm like, yo, we're so blessed.
We've got it so good here.
I watch kids in Honduras. I was looking at some of those like living conditions. These people got houses made out of tin, and the kids are playing in the mud, finding fish for food, and they're happy.
Yeah.
They don't got all the phones and the iPhone 29, all that shit. They don't got none of that.
Yep.
So we're bored. We're so privileged. We're so bored. We're looking at people. We're canceling people. How the fuck you gonna cancel somebody? How do you cancel a person? This is a human being. You said they canceled for saying something you didn't like.
You want to ruin their lives because that's really what cancel culture is.
Can't be canceling people. These are human beings. Y'all canceling. Everybody has an opinion. Nobody's perfect, but stop fucking canceling people. This shit is so weak.
Yep.
How you feel if you got canceled? You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody just cancel you, it's stupid, man. Like, we got to get back to humanity, man. We got to stop with all these acronyms, all this shit, man, and just start loving people.
I totally agree. A lot of people will say, and I even say, like, okay, I'm a little political on the podcast, but I feel like that's not even true. It kind of sums up the things that I talk about, but it's because it's like policies, humanity, and social issues that have sort of weaseled their way into politics, right? But what it comes down to is like the people behind all of that. If people just said to themselves, all right, I don't like what Lindsey Graham said about, XYZ. Let's ruin her 15-year career. Let's torment her. Let's send death threats. Let's burn down her salon. It's like, whoa, what happened to being treated the way you want to be treated? I mean, that's what you guys are preaching, right? Is like, if I'm, quote, a racist, then I'm a bad person. So in your reaction to me being what you think is a bad person, you're going to be an even worse person. and ruin my life. And that's what cancel culture is. And now it's starting to go both ways. And
Yep.
it really is like kind of to the point where I've even had to check myself. Like, I don't want to ruin the lives of people that have hurt me. I just want everyone to kind of understand what happens when you get to that extreme point.
What happened with just like talking shit and receiving shit, like and getting it back, right?
Right.
Like back in the day, you can throw a jab, and it's cool. Like, you know what? They're just words, and but we exchanging different energies and stuff.
Yeah.
Everybody's so important now. Like, you can't offend nobody.
Right.
You're taking yourself way too fucking serious. Like, smile. Like, seriously, it's just everybody's over important. They're looking for you to mess up, and there's certain people that are in the public light, and that's what happens. That sucks being a public figure, right? Because if you do something that looks like you, all right, cancel you.
Yep.
Right? Like. Man, they might cancel me for being on the show. I don't know. I don't give a shit. Like, that's what I got death threats from my own family because I wouldn't give them money. Like before. So I'm a real motherfucker, man. I take care of my kids. I'm who I am.
Yeah.
But I'm not the smartest man. I'm not the dumbest man. But I know how to provide, and I know that I love people and I love helping people, man. And I have a genuine knack for bringing people together.
And why can't you just be that person without everyone in the world thinking that they get an opinion about what you are or what you say? Like, I get haters on my Instagram every single day. And you know what I do? I reply to them, totally. And then I move on, right? I don't need to blast you. I don't need to screen. Sometimes I do because they're really crazy, but I don't need to screenshot it. I don't need to reply. I don't need to justify myself to you. I'm just going to move on. And I disagree with what you're saying about me. And I don't appreciate the hate. Why is it literally not the other way around where, like, you don't like what I have to say? Move on then. Move on.
It's like people choose of you stuff, right? Like, you don't have to watch this show. If you don't like what she's doing or you don't like her, just don't watch her.
Right.
Don't even look at her. But you looking for something to complain about, then, it causes, it says a lot about yourself, honestly. Like, if I don't like some shit, I'm not going to go to it. I'm not going to participate in it.
I'm not going to subscribe to you so I can leave you hate messages every day.
I don't even have enough energy in the time of the day to be concerned with somebody that I don't agree with or like, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go on somebody's YouTube channel that I really don't like at all and go in there and talk crap about them. I don't have time, and I don't care because I don't like them.
Yeah.
I'm not going I'm not going to go to somebody's house. I'm not going to go to somebody's house I don't like. And tell them I don't like how your furniture is and talk shit. I'm not going to their house.
Right. Thank you.
Your house is dirty to me. Your house is dusty.
This all started with your house dusty. This all started with the social media, like the idea that behind a screen anybody can say and be and do whatever they want, and they don't feel, here's the word again, accountable. They don't feel accountable because there isn't an
Can't
emotion.
punch you no more.
Yep, or a sensitivity or like a look me in the eyes.
You can't beat them up no more.
Yep.
As I say, you got these nerds scamming people online and stuff, like taking their money. They got all these dudes saying this hateful stuff, telling people to kill themselves and all this super mean stuff. And man, you're so tough because you on a computer, man. Like, you got you can hide behind.
Nobody can hurt you back.
Nobody can reach you. But like back in the day when I was on a bus stop or something, and I had my Kool-Aid mustache. And, you know what I'm saying? And I had beef, man. We finna fight. You got it. Tomorrow, all right, we ain't got no phone. I know we broke. I ain't got no phone. They used to say this. My name is Mario, and I'm proud to say AT&T took my phone away. Oh, they used to make fun of me. Yo, but no,
awesome.
But you know what I'm saying? You couldn't. You had to deal with it.
Yeah.
Well, no.
Yeah. Well, and also, like, having been canceled, the things that were said to me via the internet are so vile. I can barely even remember them. It was like it's a flash in my life. But nobody has ever walked up to me and said those things, ever. And I was right there, window front in downtown Salem. They would flip me off through the windows, they'd make faces, they'd write things on pizza boards. Yeah. But I'm like, say it to my face. And they couldn't because they know that in real life, it's not kind to talk to someone like that. And you wouldn't really. Yeah. And I also might punch you, and I also love my Second Amendment rights. So they knew better, right?
Yeah.
But that screen has just given everyone the authority to treat other humans so horribly and so impassionately and insensitively. And it takes away all accountability.
So, like, I know this is not as extreme, but we did the thing, like, how they read the mean comments from like on Twitter.
Oh yeah, I love that.
So I did that, about one of my videos and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was like laughing at the haters like making fun of me. But this is a lot different because this is people like threatening you, right? But
I can laugh about it now though.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, oh,
yeah. Well, so we would read them and release the video of us reading the comments and like, dang man,
I can't do that. I had some good ones.
It was so I got made fun of so much. I had some funny.
What in the world do people make fun of you about? I mean, like, you're a pretty cool dude. You're good looking.
Man, no.
Now you're ripped. Like, now you're famous.
No,
what?
So before I had fixed my teeth and stuff, I had gap teeth and stuff.
Oh.
So like sometimes they would like roast my teeth, tell me it looked like I've been chewing on bricks.
Oh my god.
One said I look like Lord Voldemort.
Who?
Some dude off Harry Potter.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I don't know.
What else?
That's how it's a real nerd. You're trying to make fun of me and call me a Harry Potter character.
Yeah, they was. That
from
was
your
kinda,
mama's basement.
They was kind of bogus for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. All types of this making fun of me.
Oh, that's
like
too
this
funny.
dude still raps. Like I can't believe he's still rapping.
Oh my gosh. And like, what are you doing? That's what I want to know. All right, what are you doing right now? I work for Baskin Robbins. Oh, okay, all right.
I mean, hey, shout out to the Baskin Robbins employees, man.
Hey, that's right. I'm not dagging on Baskin Robbins.
Hey,
Sorry.
look, check it out though. We don't care what they doing. They typing about us.
That's right.
Shit, go ahead. Free press, baby.
That's right. I tell them now. I used to not tell them this, but then I figured it out. I go, they'll go down. Someone will find me in the middle of the night, right, 2 a.m. And I'll wake up. I'll see a hateful comment. And I'm okay, whatever. And then I'll see 20 more. I'm like, oh, you scrolled my page all night long and commented hateful stuff every page, right? I'm like, I'm sorry. You have nothing better to do. And at that point, I just think, oh man, that's got to be a rough life where you're scrolling my page just to like renewed hate me.
I mean, but controversy sells, man. So
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I'm like, you're boosting my algorithm.
Yeah,
commenting.
I mean, this is gonna bring. That's what comes with, like with music, like rappers. If they got beef or whatever, sometimes they sell more records. If there's some, there's some drama with the law.
Do
there's
something to get in the news.
There's murder around you, or there's you sell more records. So this is the same thing in the political battlefield to get people white and black, brown against each other. It's crazy. Let's highlight all the bad stuff somebody says, or if they twisted a word, let's make it seem like they could be racist, or somebody could be racist, but guess what? People change, man. Like that shit's just taught. That shit just taught, man. It's just taught. That's all it is. I don't have a natural hate for freaking anybody a certain complexion.
Right.
So I'm attracted to what I'm attracted to. And that's what it is.
And it's all about who they are inside, too.
Yeah, I mean, that too. I mean.
Okay, so all right, picture this, right? You come on the Patriot Barbie podcast. Would you call yourself a conservative?
I feel like I'm very conservative, man, as far as my views and how I move. I think I am.
Okay.
I feel like I'm a conservative man.
All right, so.
I'm a classic man.
So you're kind of coming out of the closet as a conservative, basically, on this podcast, unless you've put it on your Instagram before.
I mean, being conservative is not bad. That's a good thing. Everybody should be conservative about what they do.
What do you think about Trump? There's no right or wrong answer here.
Oh man,
I'm not
here we go.
Because listen, this is how it is. I'm not going to hate you if you don't like him.
I'm gonna keep it real, man.
Okay,
I'm gonna keep it real, man. Trump is my guy, man. I like Trump. Trump, you know what? Trump might say some stuff that's wild on the internet, man, but Trump handles business though. He gets business done. I don't judge him by his antics or what he posts on Twitter, because that's entertainment, man. That's all entertainment. But as far as like how he moves and policies and money, I mean, he handles business very well, man. And whether we like it or not, America is a business. It's a business.
That whole thing, did you see me not reacting and not talking and interrupting you?
Yeah.
That was like the sound bit of all sound bits. And you got Trump right behind you. I don't know if you noticed that.
No, I ain't noticed it.
There's your boy.
I like Trump. I never, man, it was hard. I lost friends because of that, man. I got people who will never speak to me again because I voted for Trump, man, and because I seen past all the racial division, man. I seen past what they're trying to sell. Every time they try to sell something, I'm leery of that because I've been in the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've been deceived. You know what deception looks like too.
So now I'm thinking for myself as an individual. I'm not riding with any groups.
I feel like it takes a weak person for the news to say, hey, this guy, even though he's never done or said anything racist ever, he's a racist, and you're like, oh, okay, yeah.
Everybody like, oh, he's
Like
racist.
it's a weak person that believes.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, we got to start to think for ourselves and really start to do our research. And I'm not saying I did our research Trump, and I just seen that he made money and it helped me out as a small business owner, and cool. I mean, at the end of the day, whoever's in office, I still got to wake up every day and provide for my family. So I'm not, if they're not going to directly do anything for me if I don't know them personally. I'm not even in that realm. I'm not in those rooms, whatever laws are passing it.
Right.
Do I really have an effect on that? I don't know.
We do with our vote, and I'm starting to learn that it is things like this, though, like speaking out, having the courage to speak out and speak the truth does really make a difference.
Yeah, I'm not afraid, man.
You have followers.
Yeah.
Okay, those people are listening.
Yeah,
they may not listen to anyone else, but they may listen to you.
Yeah.
And so you might make a difference. And when you make a big impact like that, you affect your life, you affect your entrepreneurial life, you affect your son's life.
Yeah.
So
I got close homies, man. I mean, I know, people personally, they just hate Trump, man,
and they can never give a good reason why.
It's not even that, man. Like, you don't know him personally. Like, I know people who hate LeBron James.
Right.
They just hate him for no reason. And they don't personally actually know him, though. It's because of the sport and, the emotion of, see him, act a certain way. It's just, those people have these opinions based off, they don't have scholarship to even speak or hate. Hate. It's easy to hate.
It is easy.
It's
to
an
hate.
easy cop out.
Even as you say that, I'm like, ooh, I hate LeBron James. But I'm like, you know what? I guess
a cop out. It's easy.
I don't hate him. I
don't
guess
know him.
It's like self-check here. I definitely don't love what he stands for.
You don't know him.
And it makes me, maybe I should have him on and I'll grill the crap out of him.
You gotta know him, man. Like, I like what he does, for his community. He gives back, whatever his political stance could be. Is that really his political stance? Or we don't know. Right. You see what I'm saying?
Or is he selling something?
Is he selling but as far as what he does as at home and as a man, what he does for PR, they might be yelling at me like, don't go in there and go on that show. But I'm my own boss, so I'm just gonna do what I want anyways.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna tell me how to speak or how I need to come because I got love for everybody. I'm in the community really giving back. So when people saying they was marching, dude, that's great. I gave back and I put in work. I went to the neighborhood. I did what I was supposed to do. I'm still gonna do that for the rest of my life as a father and as a black man. You know what I'm saying? So that has nothing to do with. It doesn't have to be political.
Right.
It's about humanity. And us trying to build back for the community, for my community. But I don't know, man. It's like I said, I don't know if these guys really believe what they put out sometimes. I don't know. I'm not trying to speak for anybody. I'm just saying it could be money. I always think there's some type of business deal being done behind the shit.
Yep. Or someone's incentivized them to speak out a certain way.
Like, come on, man. Like, come on. These people don't. You think these people care about politics like that? Like, a lot of these people, they're too rich. They don't care.
Right. I actually can't imagine why you would get so put yourself in the center of it for the drama when you don't need it. When you're like, you've got money, you've got cars, you've got a career. Like
I think a lot of celebrities don't care. I'm not trying to speak for everybody. I think like you get to a level, man, where you have so much going on. You got so much good going on, man. Like, you could be jaded easily, like, because you're in the elite groups, man. Like, the everyday people, we down here.
Yeah.
So we got to deal with each other.
Yep.
We can't get in a private jet.
No matter how rich you get, just remember that. When I'm sitting next to you in your private jet and we're going somewhere.
Yeah. Well, we can't escape like that.
Yeah.
We got family members that need us right now.
Yeah.
Right here in the fire.
Yeah.
And so I'm a fight the good fight for all people.
I'm with you. Thank you.
For all people, man.
All right. So your Instagram is Canon, 1 N, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
Website is firstfarm.
I just said I didn't have a website, so I just said, hey, just go to firstfarm.com and get some supplements. / Mario Cannon.
Icon Meals too. I was watching your reel on
Icon Meals is fine.
Delicious.
So good, man.
I asked him, I go, are you guys conservative? Because I want him to rep me.
Yeah.
But I'm such a patriotic conservative figure. That's like, you got to be ready.
It comes with the heat, huh?
You got to represent Patriot Barbie.
But guess what, man? That's your thing. That's cool. That's awesome. That's you. Don't ever change, man.
Unapologetically.
Don't ever change.
All right.
Ever.
Thank you.
I ain't changing.
You ready for your cheers?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your cheers? Cheers to?
Cheers to everyone out there that's overcame something, man, that held them back, that put them in a dark place, and they was able to pull themselves out and didn't make any excuses. But cheers for all those people that pulled themselves out of depression and that dark place, and they fought, and they here today. So cheers to them.
Oh, that was a good one, man. Some of my people come up with like, oh, cheers to fighting the good fight. I'm like, come on, something deep. That was deep. Thank you.
Yeah, man. That because right now the mental health game is like people are using it wrong. Mm-hmm. There's people out there really needing that, man. Yeah. They really hurting, and you know, my family need it. You know, my family be hurting, so you know, we suffered a lot. So I think about them a lot.
All right. Such an awesome guest. Thank you so much for coming on, man. This is awesome.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was lit. This is crazy. And honestly, this is one of the more intriguing. Like, it was challenging because, you know, in the back of my mind, I'm like, do I need to filter? I'm like, nope. I'm going to come through and spit it.
That's right.
I'm spitting it, man.
That's all I ask. Yeah. Love it. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to the Patriot Barbie podcast. Follow me on Truth Social at The Patriot Barbie and Instagram at the.patriot.barbie. Subscribe, leave a review, and share this podcast with your friends. You can find this show, my book Targeted, and my apparel line on www.patriotbarbie.com. God bless America, and God bless you.
It's Dylan's KC Barbecue at 4 Valley locations. Our sports bar in Arrowhead is packed with TVs for the ultimate sports fan. Our Wildlife World Zoo location will have you on the edge of your seat, dining right next to our 60,000-gallon shark tank. Dylan's Bayou at Pleasant Harbor has never-ending sunsets, beautiful people, and live music every weekend. And our newest location, Western Trails Ranch, is 12 acres of rodeo fun and live outdoor concerts for the entire family. It's Dylan's KC Barbecue, where we're elite, unique, and memorable.